Today, I'm going to show you how to build an AI character of yourself to build images and videos like this. I'm going to be breaking down exactly what steps you need to take to build this for yourself in Higgsfield Character and how you can animate images whilst maintaining character consistency of your own character to create scenes and stories that really feel like you. So you might be thinking, why the hell would I want to create an AI character of myself? And the real benefit here is storytelling. So whether you're doing creative work professionally, working with clients, or you want to work on personal projects, building an AI character of yourself essentially allows you to tell stories in infinite ways like we've never been able to before. So if you're new to Higgsfield, there are so many things you can do creatively within Higgsfield, but for now, we're just going to focus on character. So you're going to go to higgsfield.ai/character. You may get some free access to this depending on when you're accessing Higgsfield. Otherwise, they have pretty reasonably priced tiers which you can use to get started. I'm not going to cover that right now. Hop in, and if this is something you want to do, you're going to have to spend a little bit of money to pull this together. But I've managed to create well over 100 images just with the basic plan so far. So you're going to head to higgsfield.ai/character. As you can see here, there's existing characters which you can choose from if you want to create a character that isn't a clone of yourself. But if you want to create one of yourself, I've done one here where I uploaded these 20 pretty cringy images of myself. So I've got them here in FLORA. I just found a well-lit window in the studio here. I took out my camera and just got different snaps with different emotions, different facial expressions. And I was surprised at how well this held up, because within Higgsfield, you can upload up to 70 images of yourself. And I think it's worth taking the time to find a well-lit space. Just use your iPhone if that's all you have. But the higher quality the image, the better results you're going to get. So keep that in mind. And you literally just hit create character. It gives you some tips on what to do and what not to do in terms of images that you're going to upload. So you want clear facial expressions, preferably ones without, sunglasses, face masks, or weird body positions where you're in motion. And all you do is upload images. And once you've taken the images, at least 20, you upload those, give it 15 minutes or so, and it will have your model ready. So the way we access this is you go to images or image and you click on Higgsfield Soul. As you can see here, there's some awful examples of where it went completely wrong. So this, for instance, was the face swap feature. It's not the character feature that we're going to go through, but you can see it just completely got it wrong. It got my face mostly right, but yeah, that's just a very bad example. And you're going to get them. The point is that you need to iterate, try different prompts, and use elements or features like in-painting or edit imaging to get exactly what you're looking for. But basically what I've done here is I've generated well over 100 images with different outfits in different scenes. And for the most part, I was really impressed with this in terms of how it maintained my facial features. Some of them were a bit off, and like images like this, I think are really interesting in terms of character development and storytelling. So this is where I was mentioning earlier, the real power of this is telling stories and showing yourself in these different scenes where you're telling a story that happened to you, but you want to illustrate it in a way that you weren't able to capture at the time. This is incredibly close to what I look like. I'd say with the nose, it's a little bit off. Certain elements of it aren't quite right, but it's as close as we've ever been to being able to recreate yourself as a character in this weird and wonderful new world. So you can see all the different images I've created here. Some I really liked, some I didn't. But for the most part, it's just doing a really good job of capturing my face based off of those images that I've fed it. And, you know, I've reimagined myself in water wearing whatever the hell that is, on Mars. Some of these were really quite out there. And like this, for instance, it's done a very good job of maintaining the elements of my face and in some cases improving it. Like he's a better looking version of this, essentially, which I found to be quite interesting. So that is character in a nutshell. You want to spend time developing prompts that are detailed and are descriptive in terms of the face you want, the expression, the outfit, the scene. And the more detailed you get, the better results you're going to get. So some of these I was really impressed with. Things like hands, I didn't find any issues with hands, which is not something that was easy to come by even just a few months ago. Some of these, you know, the proportions were a bit out. The lighting was maybe a bit off, but all pretty fixable, provided that they get the face right. Like it's reimagining me here with long hair, which I thought was pretty accurate. So there's so many options here in terms of how you can place yourself in these different scenes. And I had a ton of fun building this. It's something worth trying just to see yourself in these different environments. Again, some of these were way off. And one thing I noticed is that when I included more people in the scene, it often took my face and replicated it. So you can see here, that's kind of me in the background, same there. This was easy to fix in FLORA, which I'll show you in a minute. But all in all, some of these were pretty scary. Me as a woman, 3 of me in female form, which, yeah, pretty unsettling. But I had tons of fun with this because it's like it's possible and it's fixable in terms of telling the story, but obviously being very clear that this is AI. And that's another thing you need to consider is if you are going to do this for yourself, whether it's for storytelling, client work, if you're creating UGC content and you want yourself as a character, you just have to be very clear in communicating that it is in fact AI. And again, as always, we're going to have these really weird and wonderful screw ups where it just completely gets it wrong. What I did from there is I took all of my favorite generations and I brought it into FLORA. So FLORA is my all-in-one canvas where I kind of build out projects, both for client work and for personal projects, all around building my one-person studio. I then got reference images in terms of, New York Fashion Week images that I wanted to kind of replicate the style or take notice of the backgrounds, the street scenes, the outfits, etc. I did a couple of experiments where I took videos of myself and tried to recreate them with different video models, some of which were way better than others. Some of them just didn't look good at all. Others where it really did a good job of copying the motion of the character, like in this case, where it kind of followed my movements. I did the little butt flip and I was impressed at how it followed it. But I wanted to showcase myself in these different scenes. So I took the images that I generated in Higgsfield Soul, dropped them into FLORA. I would often add or update elements. So this was the original image. I wanted a subway car in the background with people exiting. So I created a new image node from that, dropped in a prompt asking it for what I wanted. I would often use in-paint on images where I could edit certain elements. And from there, I would then generate video using Kling 3.0. And here you can see my face gets distorted and kind of goes out of whack. And the eyes go a bit funny. But the first second or so of this video is very much usable. especially with the slow motion. So when prompting, you want to consider things like trying to maintain the facial consistency, facial features, etc. And with motion, you want to try and keep it as low motion as possible to maintain the consistency of the facial features. Some of these, again, start off great and they kind of drift as it goes, like with this one. This one did an incredible job of maintaining it throughout. So I was really impressed with how my face looked like my face from start to finish here. Others were hit and miss. Some got it pretty good. And elements like this, where I'm kind of winking and pointing my face, those are the types of faces I would pull. And some of the examples of what I included in the reference images when I trained Higgsfield Soul, or Higgsfield Character rather. From here, these are all upscaled. So I generated various different videos. At first, I was using various different image and video models. But then for all these final outputs, I use Kling 3.0. It's incredibly impressive. It just came out. And in terms of maintaining that consistency, I think it's right up there. You could use models like VO 3.1 frames, but I think currently Kling 3.0 is my favorite model. We'll see if that changes when CDONS 2.0 is released widely at the end of this month. So that's my workflow in FLORA. It's taking the images from Higgsfield that we generated, upscaling them into higher versions, maybe making one or two edits to specific parts of the image without changing the face, and then doing a simple video prompt to animate that image and kind of bring myself to life in these different scenes. I hope that was useful. Again, it is completely up to you as to whether you want to create your own character. Understand that there could be some risks involved. For now, I'm just having so much fun with this, and I have so many stories that I've wanted to tell in the past where I have video footage and scenes and stories and images that I can incorporate into a story, but it's missing elements. There's gaps in the story and the visual storytelling that I think this will come in so much value to fill by basically allowing me to expand the stories that I'm telling by dropping myself into these different scenes. So the possibilities for this are pretty endless, and provided you're comfortable with building your own character and cloning yourself essentially to tell stories like this, I highly recommend giving this a try. You can try out FLORA and Higgsfield using the links in the description. And if you want to learn how I built my own one-person AI native studio that I lead with my human creativity, head to escapism AI and sign up for my free newsletter. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.